Hey everybody, Shane here, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for tuning in for an autograph episode today. Going to take a look at 4 autographed cards that I picked up in recent months that are all from one of my favorite modern releases, Topps Archives Signature Series. Now you see some examples up in the background. This is a well-known release that has been around for more than a decade now, and these are buyback cards. So they're right up my alley. They are previously issued Topps cards that have been signed by the athlete, stamped by Topps, and then reissued in these one-touch magnetics in 1 per box format. So a little bit risky. I do not roll the dice on picking up unopened Archive Signature Series and ripping them, but I do enjoy hunting them down on the secondary market. And I try to focus, for the most part, on the 2 sets that you see up in the background, because you could really go down the rabbit hole here. So in an attempt to restrain myself and put up some guardrails, I chase 1990 Topps, being the first set that I ever collected as a kid, and 1992 Topps Kids. And I have a pair of each of those to show today that have never seen the light of day here on the channel. We're going to start with the 1990 Topps, and in fact, the teammate of Will Clark, who you see up in the background here on the San Francisco Giants, Matt Williams. Great card here, nice bold autograph. Really used a large portion of the surface of the card for the signature. And this is a card that takes me right back. I mean, so many cards in that 1990 release kind of transport me back 35 years in time to sitting in the backyard at the picnic table or at my parents' kitchen table, ripping packs of this stuff, and just these photos and even the smell of these cards, the design, all of it is really ingrained in my memory. This is actually a 2017, as you can see here on the flip, or on the sticker, Archive Signature Series release. Numbered, it's a little bit tough to make out, but numbered to 84. So this is not one of the tougher ones to track down. Actually found this of all places on COMC, and it was available, I think it was around $8. And for a card that I didn't yet have from the 1990 release for this collection that I have going at an $8 price point, I just couldn't smash the make offer button fast enough, and picked this one up and got it in a recent COMC shipment. So card number 41, Matt Williams, was a pretty big deal at the time and had a pretty decent career, even though you don't really hear anybody talk about him nowadays, or at least I don't. And then the next one is a really recent acquisition. I landed this last month, and I got it from Burbank Sports Cards. They tossed this up on their eBay store, and it was an instant buy. It was available for $20. I didn't even fiddle around with trying to make an offer. I know from dealing with Burbank in the past, when you make an offer, it falls on deaf ears and you don't usually hear back. And I thought $20 was reasonable for this card anyway. It's the Chili Davis. A really nice action image there. I love the way this one is cropped. Just great job. And I love the way that he kind of used a lot of the white space on the card for applying his signature. I think it looks really neat. Almost like it looks like his signature is like a pitch coming in towards the catcher's mitt there. Just really dig the way this one looks. I haven't looked up others to know if he signed them all in this spot or if he varied, but love this Chili Davis. This obviously is one that I didn't have in this collection of 1990 Topps autos from this product. This one is a little bit tougher than the Matt Williams. It's numbered to 47. But again, these aren't valuable cards. I'm not kidding myself here. You know, I'll never resell these. These are unique and special only to me, really. Just because of my love for the 1990 Topps release. And maybe a few other folks out there. I know my buddy Dylan loves 90 Topps and is an Angels fan, so he may be envious of this one. But generally speaking, these are worthless cards. And down the line, I won't be able to sell these for twice what I paid or anything like that. They just bring me enjoyment. I've got a 2-row shoebox here on the side of my card desk where I keep all of these Archive Signature Series autos in numerical order. And it's just so fun to flip through them. I am overdue for an episode where I show off all of my 1990 Topps Archive Signature autos. I think I'm up to, including the 2 that we saw today, over 3 dozen of them now, maybe approaching 40, which is pretty cool when you consider it from the 1990 Topps release. Just a fun side project that I've been doing for almost 10 years now. Now, the other set of cards that I want to talk about, Topps Kids, are much more difficult. For whatever reason, when these get included in the Archive Signatures release, the print runs are very, very small compared to most of the other cards. And as evidence of that, this Marquise Grissom is numbered to 16, And this David Cone, I think, is numbered to 4. And those are cards that I've shown off previously. So when these show up, it's few and far between. They're usually more expensive, and they usually sell just about immediately. You got to really get on them. So it's pretty insane that I have 2 new ones here. The first is Ozzie Guillen. Check this one out. And this card is numbered. It's tough to make out. You'll just have to trust me. But it's numbered to just 6. So half a dozen copies of this Ozzie Guillen. You know, the auto's a little bit, it's not in the ideal place there, but you know, like I said, you can't be picky with these. Topps Kids, a release that just like 1990 Topps, takes me right back to my childhood. I love that set. I hardly hear anybody talk about it, but I really commend Topps for the job that they did with that one and done release all the way back in the summer of 92. The backs of these are fantastic. Giant cartoons, full color. You know, the backs really remind me of those mid-50s Topps releases, 55, 56, when they were just colorful and beautiful. And I think this is an undersung set in our hobby. And just like the 1990 Topps cards, these aren't purchased as an investment. I'm under no delusion that these are worth any money. But Ozzie Guillen, I just had to snatch up. I had never seen this one before. So even though this one's kind of worn, the sticker's not in great shape. There's a scuff or 2 on the case. Again, there are half a dozen of these in existence, and it's a really niche part of my collection that brings me a lot of enjoyment. And I got it for a price that was just too good to pass up. I think around the cost of a retail blaster on that Guillen. And then finally, the last card for today, the 4th and final card, also from Topps Kids. And it's the same design as the David Cone that you see over here on the right. And is a Giants player as well, to kind of come full circle with Matt Williams and Will Clark. I have the Kevin Mitchell. Check that one out. Much better autograph here on this one than on the Guillen. Much more vibrant, easy to see. It's in a beautiful spot. And this one, as you can plainly see, as a print run of 11 copies. So yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a Topps Kids archive signature card that had a print run of even 20 or more. These are really, really tough. So this Kevin Mitchell I've actually had around for a while. I may have even owned this for a year or 2 now, and it's been in kind of the box of YouTube material or YouTube fuel that I'll rummage through to find cards that I haven't yet shown off on video. So Kevin Mitchell finally gets to make his channel debut along with Ozzie Guillen from Topps Kids, and then 2 new additions on the 1990 Topps side of the house as well. Love this project. It just brings me a lot of joy. It's something that I can always hunt for and represents an element of challenge, but at the same time doesn't break the bank. And those tend to be the sweet spots for me in the hobby. So love tracking these down. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I truly appreciate you giving me 8+ minutes of your time looking at these obscure autographed cards. I'll be back soon, as you know. And in the meantime, I hope everybody out there is enjoying the hobby. Take care.